All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Jonathan Dunkerley, and this is the very first of several live streams that I'm going to be doing. I wanted to just start doing a weekly kind of like live stream check-in, just basically to, I'm currently going out to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter right now. I've never actually streamed to Twitter, so I'm actually kind of excited to see how it all works out. I'm not even sure where oh, there I go. I'm on Twitter right now. So I've never streamed to Twitter before. So this is the very first time that I've streamed to Twitter. I've streamed to YouTube on my other channel and then on Facebook. So I am trying something out new. So what I'm going to be doing today is talking about what I'm kind of been getting into, what I've been doing in the blockchain world. I've gotten a lot into NFTs. I've been in crypto for several years, and also just kind of like figuring out what I'm doing this week, so I could let you know what I'm doing this week, so you could just either follow along, learn from what I'm doing right, learn from what I'm doing wrong, and yeah, I just want us all to kind of like grow and learn together. So there's really two main things that I wanted to go over today, unless anybody jumps on. Let's see. And I just want to remind anybody that I posted, if anybody's on Facebook and they want to leave a comment and me say their name, just click on that link that I put in the description of this video on Facebook, and then I can see your comments if you comment on them live. So yeah, so the first thing that I wanted to go over was, because there's two things. I have this project that I've gotten pretty heavily involved in and I wanted to talk about a little bit about it and why I actually got involved with it, why I'm still involved with it, and what I project the roadmap of its growth and potential over the next, couple months, couple of years. I see these projects as long-term plays more so than quick flips. There's nothing wrong with a quick flip on anything that you're doing if you're making a little bit of money. But I just first off, I wanted to say that just remind you that I'm not a financial advisor. I am literally just talking about what I'm personally doing. And if you choose to follow along, that's great. But I just wanted to throw that out there real quick. So first, I'm going to go into one of the things that I realize that a lot of people don't know how to do right off the gate. They don't understand the idea of wallets. So you have things like, I'm sure a lot of people have heard of MetaMask. MetaMask is a really popular Web 3.0 enabled wallet, which means it could have like NFTs in it. You could keep your crypto in it. It has a swap feature built in. I'll get into more of that later, but I figured that the number one thing that most people just don't know how to do is where do you get these MetaMask wallet? Where do you get your MetaMask wallet? What do you do with your MetaMask wallet once you have it? Where is it? Some sort of random thing that you get? It's a Chrome extension or a Brave browser extension. You could also get it for mobile app as well. But today I wanted to walk you through exactly from start to finish how to set up a MetaMask wallet on a browser. I'm going to use Brave. I already have it installed on Chrome, so I'm just going to use Brave so you could see exactly how I'm using it with Brave. Because I already have it installed on the other one with my wallet. I just didn't want to mess with that. So I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen that has the Brave browser real quick. Second, share screen. There we go. Or yeah, there we go. Just Brave browser. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so this is MetaMask. This is their website. It's metamask.io. IO is kind of a really popular, it's become a very popular you have .com, .net, .io has become very popular in the Web 3.0 and moving forward space. It's one that you could trust. I know it might seem a little off-putting at first when you see IO, but so when you go to metamask.io, click on download, and it's going to bring up, it's going to auto detect which computer you have. I have a Mac, so it's just going to say install it for that browser. So it already knows that I'm using Brave. And as you can see, it's not just Brave, it's Edge, Brave, Firefox, and Chrome. Unfortunately, if you're a Mac user like myself and you're using Safari, you're just gonna have to use one of these other browsers in order to install it. Maybe they'll add it in the future. I'm sure they will, since Apple is getting kind of into the, into the Web 3.0 and metaverse world as well. So I'm sure that they'll add that eventually. So we're just going to click the browser that it detected that we're on, Brave, and I'm going to hit install for Brave. And what that will do is it will bring up the Chrome extension store. If you don't know too much about Brave, Brave is kind of Chrome. It's kind of like a version of Chrome that they've kind of added on to. So it will bring up, you can install Chrome extensions into Brave. So all we're going to do is we're going to hit the add to Brave icon right here, and it's going to just double check. We hit add extension and it installs. It's literally that easy. So now it popped up right here, top right corner. It says MetaMask has been added to Brave. Use this extension. Oh, it's just auto loaded, but okay. So it added MetaMask to Brave. And you could see those. This could be a little different depending on which browser you're using, but usually they show up in the top right corner. And if you want them to show up beyond this little tiny drop-down menu, you could hit the little pin and it will always just show it right there. It's the same thing in Chrome, and I'm sure it's the same in other browsers. You just have to figure out depending on which browser you're on. So now that you're on this page, connecting your Ethereum and your decentralized web, we're happy to see you. So just click get started. So this is, I can't emphasize how important this step is. So now you're going to, unless you already have a key phrase, but if you're setting up for the first time, you're going to say, yes, let's set up, let's get started, which means you're going to set up a key phrase or a secret recovery phrase. And what this phrase does is if I was going to go say to I set up on my computer that I wanted to go to my web, to my mobile browser, and I wanted to log in using the same thing, I would actually have to have that 20-word phrase in those exact order, no misspellings, nothing. I'd have to type them in one at a time in that order, or I can't do it. And this is a security feature. It's to protect your money. It's to protect your account. Never, ever give out this key phrase to anyone, not to somebody that you're doing a project with, or that you're, say you're minting a project and they say, we just need your key phrase. They're lying. You can't do that. Do not, never, ever, ever give anybody your 20-word phrase, because if they have that 20-word phrase, they in turn could get into your wallet very easily. And then if you lose this 20-word phrase, you can't get into your wallet. So just keep that in mind, that if you lose this phrase, your wallet's as good as gone as well. I actually have a situation that happened in one of the communities that I'm in where we had bought several NFTs together because they were more expensive NFTs. But unfortunately that there was like some typo somewhere, and that entire wallet was lost because one typo. So take this number. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to walk you through how you create it. But once you get this number, write it down. Don't just put it on a computer somewhere because somebody could hack that. Write it down, put it on paper, put it, some people, they engrave it into metal, whatever you need to do to make sure that you don't lose this and that it's not hackable. So put it on paper, put it on, metal, put it on something, put it in a safe, just put it in a place that it's not going to get stolen or destroyed. So we're going to hit create a wallet. And if you did have that 20-word phrase, you'd be able to import a wallet by having that 20-word phrase. So create a wallet. Now it's going to give you a little bit of, always allow opt-ins via settings. You could always change these things sometimes, but yeah, this is very important. They never collect your IP address. They never collect keys, address, transactions, balance. So just hit agree. And here you're going to create a password. This, again, I'd say make it secure. I'm just going to create a temporary one right now. Just this is a terrible password. Do not do the one that I just did. It is very simple, but I am not going to use this. So just make sure that there we go. And make sure you read their terms of use. Oh, apparently I did not write them incorrectly. Type this one in too. Okay, now they're matching. So now we hit create. So the next page, it's going to give you a little overview of the wallet. Some of the same things that they're talking about the seed phrase and how important it is. Make sure that you watch this video and then hit next. Now here it is. This is the secret words. So it's going to give you these 20 words. Now I'm going to click this unlock button and it's going to reveal them. So now we have these words now: wire, similar, snow, follow, hub, tuition, witness, gap, chapter, shoulder, false, and rebel. So we have those 20 words. So now I'm going to take a piece of paper and a pen, and I'm going to write it down, not on my computer, If you need to, make sure that you can take a picture, but make sure that all of those things are not kept digitally anywhere, because if you keep them digitally, there's a chance that you're going to get hacked. So if you feel like you're safe, that's on you. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm just telling you what I'm doing. So I'm just going to go ahead and write these down. So we have wire, similar, snow, follow, hub, tuition, okay, tuition, witness, gap, character, chapter, not character, chapter, soldier, false, and rebel. So now I would proofread these. I would write them down several times, because the second you get money into these accounts, if they go somewhere else, then obviously you're not, if you can't get back in, that money is lost. If you have NFTs in that account, those NFTs would be lost. So make sure I wrote them down. You should write them down too. So now we're going to hit next. And now we're given those same exact words. You're not going to necessarily be given these words like this every time that you're going to log in, but this is just making sure that you actually know what you're doing. It's verifying that you wrote it down correctly. So I could just look at this. So I have wire, similar, snow. I know this might be, time consuming, but it's worth it to make sure that you have it. Follow, hub, tuition, witness, gap, chapter, soldier, false, and rebel. Just hit confirm, and there you go. So now it says congratulations, you passed the test. So it's the test to make sure that you've filled in the security phrase correctly, and which you have. And if you've written it down, again, write it down in multiple places. Keep it in a safe. Keep it somewhere that nobody's going to find it, that it's not going to get hacked. I highly recommend not keeping it digitally. Keep it physically on paper, something that's not going to get destroyed. And then, okay, so now save your back. It's telling you the same stuff that I just said. Save your backup in multiple places. Never share your phrase with anyone. And when they say anyone, they mean not even MetaMask. MetaMask will never ask you for this phrase. If you need a backup of your security phrase, again, you can find it, so you can still go get it, but you have to be logged in. So if you ever have a question or see something fishy, contact us at support. So again, just never send that phrase to anyone. So now we're gonna hit done, and it's just going to give you a little thing talking about they're talking about we're making transitions easier to read. So this is your wallet. This is it. So you're going to be able to also see a little drop down in the corner right here if you click right here. So I guess it doesn't show. It doesn't show when I click it because it's not in the tab. But if you click the little thing in the top right corner, you're actually going to be able to get the MetaMask. You're going to get your MetaMask wallet. So, all right, there we go. So now I have no money in there. But if I did want to fund this account, this number right here at the top, it says account 1 right now. I could rename that if I wanted to. I just click account 1. And if I click it, that's actually copied the address. And what that address does is if I want somebody to send money, or if I want to send money to this wallet address, I just go to this address right here. So I click OK. It's copied it. And then now I need to go to an exchange or someplace that I could buy Ethereum to send to this wallet. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to go quickly go back to this. One second. I'm going to go back to me. There we go. And then I'm going to share this real quick with you guys. Okay. One second. Okay. There we go. So this, put that there. This is Coinbase. It's really popular and reputable place to go and get cryptocurrencies. I'm looking at Ethereum right now. You're going to need to link either a bank account, your PayPal account, or a debit card to this. Just keep in mind that if you are buying with your bank account or your debit card, I believe that there's a 10-day hold on whatever you buy through Coinbase, and it's pretty standard, like across the board. What bank, like how much, how long they hold it. So what you could do is if you bought it, you'd be able to, trade that money around within Coinbase, but they make it so you can't send it out of the exchange for 10 days. So I would recommend just taking this and buying it with either ahead of time if you want to do that, or I know that PayPal sometimes lets you bring it in and then you could transfer it immediately if you go through PayPal. But all you'd end up doing is you would buy Ethereum. And one second, let me just make sure I'm not showing anything personal. And then when you have, there we go. So if you go to, here we go, here. Sorry. Okay, no, I got it. Okay, sorry, one second. There it goes. Okay, so sorry, let me start over 1 second. So basically the ETH address that you grab from your MetaMask wallet, then you can go over to Coinbase, and then you would put that in the to field, for your MetaMask wallet. So here, let me just bring this up so you can see. I'm just zooming in so you can see what I'm talking about. There we go. So this is Coinbase. I just zoomed in so you know it. So you have to send, receive. We're sending. So you would take the amount of ETH that you wanted, and you could punch it in right here in USD, and then you could also just type. Then you would take in that number that I had punched in from MetaMask, and now I just punched in there. That is the Ethereum address from the MetaMask. I mean, feel free to send money to that, but it's not really my main wallet right now. So I just created it just now, but you would just punch that in. You can put a message. It's Ethereum, and then if there's any, I don't have any Ethereum in Coinbase right now because I had sent it out. But you would just do that, and you would continue and go down through the process, and then depends on how busy the network is. It takes 10 to 20, 10, 15 minutes to get that Ethereum over to your MetaMask wallet, and yeah, then that's pretty much it for setting up your MetaMask wallet. Once you have that money in there, there's a little bit of a different process that you can go through, because once you have that in there, your browser is linked to that wallet. So things like NFTs and things like that you're going to need access to, or you're going to be able to potentially get access by having that MetaMask wallet linked to your account. You're going to be able to do that much easier. So let me just go through. So, all right. So I hope that makes it, relatively understandable how to set up a MetaMask wallet. It's really not that hard. You set up your what am I saying? You set up your extension, which is basically a Chrome extension, and you take that and you create a password and you write down your 20 words. I know I keep on saying it. Write down those 20 words and write them down twice, 3 times, 4 times. Go put them at your family's house. Make sure that if your house burns down, your wallet's not lost. So, all right. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about, and I wanted to cover the wallet first, just because it kind of seems like, so I have all these different things in my wallet personally. So I have these things that are in my wallet that I don't know if I can actually show them to you directly on my computer. I don't think I can. It's all good. But let me actually see if I can open up this real quick for you. There we go. No, I can't do it on there. Sorry. All right. So I'm just going to bring this back up. And so this is one of the projects that I got involved with. It is called the Giraffe Tower. And I'm going to explain to you why I got involved with it, what I get for being involved with it, where I think it's going. And I mean, bottom line is like why I got involved with it. And so the Giraffe Tower, it's part of this community where, hey, their goal is to help creators make money. And hey, I'm a creator and I like making money, and I know you guys like making money. I know this again, this is not financial advice, but the reason why I got into this is because it has, number one, an equity play. And when I say equity play, there's a couple different levels of equity play that this particular project I dove into. So now, they're doing different drops of adoption. So you'll have like your first baby, your first drop. They did almost 1,200, and then they're just doing that drops until they close it. So, all right. So let me start there. So now here is just one of my my OpenSea. This is one of my wallets. You can't see any of the drafts that I have in here because I have them staked, and I'll explain a little bit about what that means in just a moment. So here's just a couple. I have some of these diamond dogs, which you should take a look at. These ones are pretty cool. And then there's all these babies, which that's something I'll get into in just a moment as well. And then I have this. This is another project that I got involved with. If you haven't heard of Brian Fanzo, you should check out Brian Fanzo's stuff. He has he's minting an NFT every single day for 365 days, which is pretty awesome if you ask me. So 365 days of minting the NFT, and then after 1 year, after 365 have been minted, he's going to sell that NFT. And then he had 2 different little projects. One was 365 NFTs, and those 365 NFTs will split 33% of the profit of the sale price. And then 22%, which there's 22 of them, will be split amongst 22 NFTs that end up having so if it's sold for, $100,000, 1% would be $1,000 if they, depending, and then if it sold for $1 million, then it'd be like keep on going up. So so you get the point. $10,000. So these are the what I have in this wallet, but the reason why I got into this project. So, and it comes down to the roadmap. So the community is an important part, and yes, community is important, and the community is important because the project's not going to work if you don't have a community to get behind it. And then Tower Talks, that's what they call these kind of like these rooms that they hold in their Discord server, where you get to kind of chat and collaborate with a lot of other people that are also trying to grow in the same way, build their community, build their build everything that they're doing. So then there's of course giveaways and prizes, those things. They do things revolving free draft giveaways, free NFT drafts, and different ones throughout the entire year. And then there's merchandise, collaborative partnerships. I actually plan to be involved with that as well, because I minted over 25 of these NFTs. And the reason why I did that was because with over 25, here, I'll bring you over to kind of this breakdown that they did for the different ones and what they call each role. So they have these tower members. You have one, you have access to the community, you have access to those tower talks, you have basic access to the community. And then if you go down the line, there's Kaleidoscope, you have 2 or more. And if you have heard that, that's one unique utility, is that you get voting rights in the community. So you have the right to vote on, like, for instance, right now they're trying to decide on the price of the next open mint. So we are able to say, okay, yes, this particular community has the right to say, yes, I want to have sway it one way or another on what's going on in this community, the direction. It's kind of like a DAO. You take that DAO, and that DAO says, we want the community to go in this direction. It's not necessarily the community going, hey, we're going to push it in this direction, but it's more, they say, hey, these are the 2 options. Which way would you like to go? And then people will help decide the direction of the community, which community involvement is an amazing way to actually have a strong community, if you ask me. But yeah, so then tree trop browsers, and then then it gets all the way up to Journey, which the Journey one is where they actually will help you launch your own NFT project. They're not going to do it for you, but they will actually help you along your path and help you, along your journey of going through all that stuff. So that's the reason why I got it, because I plan on launching my own NFT project, and I want as much guidance as possible, because I feel like if you don't have the guidance, then you're just gonna, spend so much time just figuring things out. And I'd rather have other people have figured it out and help me along the way. That's the reason why I join these communities. That's the reason why I do that. So now, you're great. So you're saying, like, okay, that's great. So maybe these NFTs go up in value. Maybe I can launch these other things. It's a great community play. But what good did that do me at the beginning? How did this benefit me at the beginning? This is part of, like, what I look for when I look for NFTs, is like, now it doesn't have to be a financial benefit. It could be just something that you get early on, or something that you get. So what I did was I bought, like I said, I have 28 of these drafts. So 28 of those drafts. And what I did was that you could stake these drafts. So they have staking windows. It's currently not open right now, but they have staking window. Actually, is it open? I think it's open for the next, like, couple hours. It's about to close. But you could stake those drafts. And when you stake those drafts, you get a utility token. Well, you get a utility token, but when you stake the drafts, you get 1.5. So now, right now, see, I'm just going to go to, this is, I just been claiming some other ones. So I have some pending. This is the utility token. It's called gleaf. Now, there's no cap on how much it's produced by the amount of drafts that are out there. So if you think about it, if there's 10,000 total drafts that could ever exist, and that means that if nobody stakes, 10,000 of these tokens will be generated every single day. And if everybody stakes, 15,000 would be generated every single day. Now, they have to have a use case for these particular things. Like the use case for these NFTs, the gleaf, current use case is right here. This is and it's just the beginning. So first you could stake. So I've staked my drafts. So I have all these ones right here. Excuse me. These are all staked. So now that they're staked, I get a couple things out of that. So now you could also rent out your drafts to get more of the utility token. So there's people trying to, didn't mean to open that up. Some people putting theirs up for auction. Basically, they could buy it. And then the reason why people would buy that is you can make a baby. You can make a baby with these drafts. And at the current price of the last time the baby's window was open, it was 10 gleaf plus gas. You have to pay gas if you're going to do these things. 10 gleaf plus gas. And if you are staking your drafts, then it is 5 gleaf plus gas. So then you could also name your drafts. You could, so like for instance, it says 15 gleaf to name a draft. Because I have my draft staked, it's now, I could just say like there. So it's free if I wanted to rename this one, but I would just have to pay for gas. That's it. So they've added a few different levels of utility. So what does that do? This gleaf token, what good does that do me? So you have sites like this. Sushi Swap is an example of one. So if I wanted, I could add in, let's see, just grab it, search for it. Oh, it's right there. All right, so I could add in gleaf. Now, you just get the contract ID, and you could just add that in if you can't find it right away. But it'd be like, so I have currently in my wallet, I have more than this, but currently in my MetaMask wallet, I have 532 and change of this gleaf. Now, if I was going to sell that at the market rate, it's not going for the price has dipped a little bit, but it's going to go up as more people use more of the utility. So if I was to do this, I could just hit swap it, and it would swap this amount of the gleaf for this amount of Ethereum or ETH. So right now, this is the price chart. The price is a little bit lower. It's 73 cents each. So every single gleaf that I have is worth 73 cents. And I get 1.5 or 1 if I'm not staking every single day. Now, of course, if I keep on selling it, it's going to pull liquidity out of the market, and I'm not going to be able to this number will keep on going down. But as more utility is added into for gleaf in particular, that's the thing that I'm really focusing on, because as more utility is added for gleaf, I keep on getting more and more of this gleaf every single day. And so 73 cents may not seem like a lot, but as more people keep on buying into it, more utility, people are going to continue to buy. Like, for instance, I said that it took, what does it take? 10 gleaf in order to make a baby. Last time, I don't know this for sure, it was just the last time thing I heard was that next time that those babies come out, that they're going to charge more like 100 gleaf. And what will charging 100 gleaf for something like that, as long as there's a demand for the NFT in the marketplace, how much will that affect the price of gleaf? It's going to raise the price of gleaf because people are spending more money on gleaf in order to make babies. So I see this as, yes, I bought these assets that get me into this community. I bought these assets that give me the potential of being able to launch my own project. But the thing that I really focus on is the cash flow. It's the cash flow. So you have these NFTs that aren't just making whatever community or anything. They're giving you these utility tokens that you could actually swap out for Ethereum, and then you could actually swap them out for whatever platform you're using. Like, you could swap them out for Ethereum, and then you could swap them out for dollars or euros or pounds or whatever currency you use in whatever part of the world you're from. So I love the fact that, I see the community driving towards this. I see, like, as you can see, it's not like I'm going like this had like $15,000 of liquidity or 17,000 at the very beginning. And you see people are still buying. And as more use cases come out for gleaf, I'm going to get more and more people are going to be buying this. And this number is going to go up and up and up. And I mean, again, that's just a speculation. That's what I believe. I don't know that for sure. And, there's no way for me to say for sure if that's actually going to happen, but I believe that's going to happen. And again, like you should never put all your eggs in one basket, but this is the reason why I do this. So again, I have my, where is it? Sorry. We have the roadmap. And there's so many other things. Like, for instance, I didn't even mention the library. The library, that's one of the utilities that you get with, here, I just went to it, the 10. I didn't mention what you get when you have 10, the Treetop browser. So there's a lot of utilities out there, a lot of NFTs that you get a lot of utility from. And one of the things that I that I really find cool about this is, again, you have to pay for gas, but there's a swap system that they have in place where, if, say, I need to get into, was it Bored Apes Yacht Club and I need to get their utility. If we have a Bored Apes Yacht Club NFT in our library and you have 10 or more, all you need to do is there's a system in place where you're going to be able to check out those NFTs, go benefit from their utility, and then just come back and return it when you're done. So that alone, I mean, that alone is worth the price of having them. But of course, new things are to be added. And so, yeah. Oh, there's another thing, metaverse experiences. But I think that's kind of like we're still figuring that out. I think most projects are still figuring that out because metaverse is still very much on our screen. And you have VR and augmented reality coming out. I feel like this is going to be an evolving thing over the next couple of years even. But it's going to keep on going. But yeah, I think that the thing that really, aside from it giving amazing utility, amazing community, I think that the thing that really, really, really comes down to it for me is the gleaf, the utility token, because it gives people true passive income. So, again, I wouldn't say put all your eggs in one basket, but look at these projects, look at what you like about them, look at the utility. People are asking, why are these pictures worth so much money? Why is this little PDF worth so much money? It's not the PDF. It's the token behind the PDF that's actually worth the money. Because it's like, what can this do? What can holding this PDF, this token that's symbolized by a PDF, what can it do for you? What can it do for me? Like, what can it actually do for you? It's not just about looking at a PDF and going like, oh, this is a cool picture. I mean, that's fun too. But it's about saying, okay, so it gives me community. It gives me this access to these tower talks, which actually those are done on Discord. And there's also access with that through Clubhouse. And then giveaways and prizes, that's just community building. You're going to find that in a lot of them. Official merchandise, got to have people wearing your merch, right? Collaborative and partnerships, and that's the reason why I got 25 plus. And then the companion VX avatar. I haven't gone too deep into this one, but I know that you create your own. You get a free avatar, and otherwise you have to pay for it. Breeding to make baby giraffes. So again, that's what we were talking about. Yes, it took 10 this time, 5 if you're staking. Maybe it'll be 50 and 100. But he said, the person behind this project, Gary Henderson, he said that it would probably be about 100 next time. I know that's a speculative and it's in the future, but hey, it could be $100 or 100 gleaf. Hey, if they're $1 each, that's $100 in order to breed a giraffe. If a gleaf is worth $2, that's $200 to breed a giraffe. If it's worth $3, that's $300. So just think about that. And that also means that buying gleaf now while it's cheap is probably, if you're actually faithful in this project, then I think that buying gleaf when it's cheap is probably in your best interest. So yeah. So, and then the DAO is, like I mentioned, voting decisions. If you have at least 10, that's one other big thing. So metaverse experience, library, and surprises. So yeah, I just wanted to go over a couple of these things and just go back to my screen. Yeah, I just wanted to go over a couple of these things that I'm working on. I know that a lot of people had trouble setting up a MetaMask wallet when they first get started. And I'll go ahead and I'll make another video just showing how to do it on mobile as well. But can't do that on my computer right now. But yeah, so I'll make another video and talk about how to do it on mobile, or maybe I'll edit it and I'll integrate it into one of my later lives just because it's on my phone. But yeah, so there we go. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing more of these lives every single week. I might move it closer to the weekend because this is a little weird week. I just had with New Year's and everything. But I wanted to commit to starting this in the new year, a weekly check-in plus talking about just, advice, things that I'm figuring out. I just want to check in with you guys, talk about what I'm figuring out, what I'm learning about. If there's something I've done, really well, I want to let you know. If there's something that I really messed up on, I want to let you know too, because I don't want you to make the same mistake that I made. So again, thank you everybody. I'll drop a link to the next video up here, and yeah, and thank you again for joining me today, and I will see you in the next live. Take care. Bye.